Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing. I'm here to share with you a folio, and it is complete with pictures. Oh man, it's crooked. Gosh darn it. Oh well, it is what it is. So this was, I don't know if you watched my previous video, but I had a frustration folio to where I just couldn't get, I think this is it right here. I just couldn't figure it out, and I couldn't get it to do what I wanted it to do. And so I just abandoned it, to be honest. It is completed, but I don't know, it just made me annoyed and mad, and it's abandoned. So this is the one that I actually did. This was for a fundraiser for my mom's boss, and I just double tied the ribbon because I forgot to put the magnets under the paper, and I glued the paper down so there was no like undo or anything like that. So here is that. She can always add something here. I just left it blank if she wants to add something there. And then it does have 3 sections, so we'll just show you the whole thing like so, and I'll go over the sections. So this is the left side. It's a waterfall. This was the ticket. And there's my mama. So this is just basically the guest. It is just a waterfall. And I'm just making sure I got the gold in every thing. So there's that. And then this is just a flat picture. I made the picture frame for this $100 bill. It's a, you know, one of the regular shadow box picture frames we know how to make. So I made that, and I used the same paper collection to just kind of decorate it. And then she put the $100 bill in there, and then you bought, you know, tickets to win the $100 bill, and that's them drawing it. Then the middle section, these are the prizes. I made that. It's a Jello shot bucket cauldron. Cauldron came from Amazon. The lights came from Dollar Tree. The coins came from Dollar Tree. Everything else came from Walmart. I think this came from Dollar Tree too. My mom did a taco basket, which had a whole, you know, you can make a bunch of taco stuff. It had tequila in there and everything. So my mom did that basket. And then it just kind of flips up. And then these were the main prize winners. They won a lot of stuff, so I just stuck them in the middle. And these were my mom's cupcakes. They won those. My mom did 2 cakes, 2 dozen cupcakes, some cookies, and whatnot. And everybody was fighting over her baked goods. And then here's this side. This is just kind of dancing. There's magnets in here. Why is that puffy? So I just added some stickers from the collection. Just something simple. Obviously, I had to put me in there. I know what some of y'all are thinking. I mean, it is what it is. So then this comes down, and there's another picture here. This comes up. They're trying to save the Moose Lodge. This was just a dancing picture I added. You know, just some fun stuff on there. They're trying to save the Moose Lodge, and Corey's little first date young Marines used to go to the Moose Lodge, and so, you know, anything to save the Moose Lodge. Yeah. So I obviously just have this ribbon on by tape. So I just want to make it even because it was crooked and that would have bothered me. So I just need to erase. Okay, anyway, I'll do that off camera, but that is the book. I might do a tutorial for it. So either thanks for watching or hang on for the tutorial. I haven't decided yet. Alright, I am going to go ahead and do the tutorial. Look at all this mess. I had to figure it all out, and I think this was the final measurements. If you hear anything in the background. I do not own the rights. My nephew's playing on the game, and you know how loud they get on these daggone games. And yeah, and I'm sorry if there's cuss words. Anyway, all right, so I'm gonna make this one in a rainbow pattern. Now, I have never done this crazy business in a rainbow pattern, okay? So my base is going to be all different colors. Everything is just going to be a crazy rainbow besides the, well, I just was going to have everything, but I don't think I can handle that. So I'm going to do the base in white, and I will do the rest in all the different colors. All right, so my base is 110-pound cardstock white, and your first page is going to get cut at 10 1/4 by 7 3/4. That's just one. Okay. There's like multiple pieces. All right. 7 3/4. 10 1/4. Okay. And this one is scored on the long side at 3 and hold on. So it's scored at 3 and 3 3/4. Okay. So that is my flap side. Put that aside. Get your second piece. It is 7 3/4 by 7 3/4. This is your middle piece. And this one, it doesn't matter what side. There's technically not a long side, but I just put long side. You're going to score it at 1/2 inch and 1 1/4. Okay. Now you're going to get your third piece out, and you're going to cut that at 7 1/2 by 7 3/4. 7 1/2 by 7 3/4. And on the short side, you're going to score it at 1/2 inch and 1. Yes, the measurements are in the description box, so just follow along, or hopefully you pre-cut all of your pages. All right, 1/2 inch and 1. Anytime I put the measurements in the description box, those are the correct measurements. Obviously I'm human, there might be a one-off that I think of after doing these videos for so long, only one time the description box is wrong. But follow your description box, because sometimes I'll just be saying stuff on here. Alright, so those are your 3 base pages. Now you can decide if you want to do your flaps or put your book together first. I'm going to go ahead and cut all my flaps. You need 13 flaps of the same measurements. I'm pretty sure it's 13. I think I might have done a little bit more than 13. But you know, your book is going to be your book. If you want to add more flaps or less flaps. I don't have the original book for me to see what, I know I added more flaps in the middle, so I will have to go back and watch that video. But you need 13 flaps that are 6 1/4 by 4 3/4. So 6 1/4. I'm doing 2 sheets at a time of this rainbow paper. This is from Michael's. I will show you in just a second. By 4 3/4. By 4 3/4. Okay. I'm trying to see what's going to give me the best well, because it's 6 1/4, you're not going to really save a lot of paper. I'm sorry about that, but I wanted it to fit a true 4x6 picture. So you can use all these little rainbow scraps for another project. And it is Michael's, hold on, let me get it. Spring Solids. I don't know how much it cost. I know it was on sale because I don't pay full price. Or I had a coupon, something. I don't pay full price. And I know it is so sad they don't have the $5 hot buys anymore. Because that definitely would have been a $5 hot buy. Alright, so go ahead and cut out all 13 of those. And you're going to score them on the short side at 1/2 inch, every single one of them. Okay, so go ahead and work on that. Pause your video and work on that. Okay, so you actually need 18 of those flaps. And again, the description box is correct. You need 7 horizontal and the rest are going to be vertical. In case you are using directional paper, I'll put that in the description box as well. And I went ahead and put mine in order how I wanted them. So here's my 7, and then the middle section is 6, and then the last section is 5. So I'm going to clip mine so I know what is what. If you're using just cardstock, obviously this part doesn't matter. You don't have to clip them and determine what colors you want and all of that. Okay. Alright, let's go ahead and pull in our base pages. So we have the 3 base pages. Now, the one base page that has the, I think that's 3 inches, the very first one, that is going to be on your right side if you want your book to be exactly like mine. So the first one was the measurement of 10 1/4 by 7 3/4 scored at 3 and 3 3/4. That's going to be on your left. I'm sorry, I think I just said right. It's going to be on your left hand side. And then your next piece, the square, the 7 3/4 by 7 3/4, that is going to be your middle piece. And that is, no, that's going to be your right piece. Man, I am really messing up this tutorial. That's going to be your right hand piece because that has the 1/2 inch gusset. I will put a note right now, so I put it in the description box which piece is what, because clearly I'm frazzled. Alright, so this is the left hand piece. This is the right. And this is the middle. Okay. I will put that note in the description box. Okay. So your piece that is 7 1/2 by 7 3/4, that's gonna connect to your piece that is 10 1/4 by 7 3/4. You're gonna put your tape on the inside here, so if you do bumpy or dented, it's on the bumpy side. If you accidentally put your tape on the wrong side, it honestly doesn't matter. Just force your paper to fold the other way. I like to attach mine to the back of my folios, but you can attach it to the front if you want. You want to put it on top. This is going to give you more bulk, but it's up to you. Alright, let me make sure this is varnished in. And you're going to add that. You're going to go right up to the score line. You're not going to go on it. You're not going to pass it. Right up to, making sure it's lined up as best as you can. And there we go. Okay. You're going to take your other piece that has 2 1/2-inch score lines, and you're going to put your tape on the inside again. Okay. And make sure that is in. I did varnish all of my score lines. I forgot to mention that, but I think I did that on camera. I don't know. Okay, and again, right up to the score line, not touching it, not going over it. And there we go. Okay. So your folio should fold up like that. All right. Now, if you want to map the inside, go for it. But what I did for the waterfall, I just left space on the top and the bottom, and then I mat it with 2 different pieces of paper. I was not going to go through, you know, adding a piece of paper, then all of that. I didn't do that. But I did mat all of mine on a piece of paper before I glued it down. So, just to keep it straight. And so I'm going to pick, what color? I'm going to pick, how about, I don't know. Let me pause this and think about it. Okay. And this part is optional. You can put your waterfall directly down on your folio if you want to, but I wanted mine to be on another piece of paper. It just keeps me straight. So that's what I want. So I'm cutting this paper down to 6 1/4, and I will trim off the excess when I get to the bottom. So right now it's 6 1/4 by 12. I'm going to move the folio out of the way. I'm going to take my vertical. Oh my gosh. My horizontal. Whatchacoms. I'm having a bad tutorial day, aren't I? And I really don't want to start this tutorial over because I've already cut all my paper. So basically, watch what I'm doing and don't do what I say, clearly. All right, so horizontal. Now I work upside down. So this is the bottom of my page and the top of my waterfall, if that makes sense. Because I work upside down. So my waterfall is going to start like this. Okay. If you have directional paper and you put it on the wrong direction, then your waterfall is going to open down. There's no wrong or right way for a waterfall to open, so don't throw it away. If you have undo, that'd be perfect, but if you don't, then just have a waterfall that opens down. Who cares? Nobody knows what it's supposed to look like, except for you. Alright. I should have picked Peach. Did y'all hear that? My mama called me by my full name. It scared me half to death. Now I gotta have a snack to calm my nerves. She ain't want nothing important. I'm having me some Reese's Pieces. I'm gonna pause it and calm my nerves. Anyway. Alright, so you're just gonna keep on with your waterfall. You can glue your waterfall. Sometimes I think glue would be better because you have more wiggle room. When you tape it, you have one shot to get it on there straight. But I've always done my waterfalls with tape, so I always just grab the tape when I should probably be grabbing the glue, because I get annoyed when my waterfalls aren't straight. But when you have the base page, it's easier to follow the waterfall. Alright, so waterfall is done. And I'm going through and ensuring each, this is so beautiful. Each page is varnished, getting that tape adhesed, I don't know the verb, adhering the tape or glue. And now you can decide if you want to have this last piece an extra 1/2 inch, or if you just want to cut it off at the blue or at your last flap. I think I want to have my 1/2 inch, so I'm gonna go ahead and line it up 1/2 inch, and I'm just gonna cut it off. Oh no. Okay, maybe I'm not gonna have that 1/2 inch because I just messed it up. Oh my gosh. Right, today is not a crafty day. Maybe I should walk away. Mine's gonna be a little less than 1/2 inch. Because of that. It's okay. Everything's perfectly normal. Everything's fine. Let's do right here. It's gonna be okay. Okay. Alright. So we got all that sorted out. And then we're just going to add that to our base. Okay. Any other day that would have went well. I don't know why today it's not a good crafting day. I think because my allergies are acting up. All I did was go to the mailbox. That's all I did. I just wanted to be normal. Alright, anyway. Alright, so if you add that extra piece on the bottom, then you don't need to do anything else because look, it covers everything. So you're good to go with that. Okay, so I walked away for a little while. Alright, I love this. I love the white border. I'm going to keep mine like this, and I'm just going to add it in there because I like what I see here, peeps. Or as Kathy King says, party people. Alright, we're going to beg our glue to work. We're just going to glue this in. And for those of you asking, yes, I did take my allergy medication, but I'm allergic to every type of tree and grass here. So I struggle during spring. I mean, really bad. Okay, so we're going to get that in as best as you can center it. Okay. Beautiful, beautiful. Actually, you know what? Before you let your glue dry, if you want to have that option for the flap closure like I had in the previous video, just glue everything except for a tiny little bit on the bottom, like I'm doing here, just so you can change your mind and add a flap if you want to have a closure. I don't know if I want a closure or not, but I'm going to go ahead and hold this in there so I can have a little closure. if I choose to do so. It's not a big deal if you have to put the closure on the back. But sometimes I like it underneath this one, so I want to give myself options. But if I had glued that completely down and forgot, I just would have added my flap to the back, coming over to the front. It's not a big deal. Okay, so again, with this page, we're going to get our colors. I have 6 in the middle. You can do more, you can do less. You can matte first if you want to, or you can just have a strip of paper up here and a strip of paper down here. That's what I was talking about earlier. Excuse me. That's what I did. I just color blocked it out instead of matting the entire page, because when you get to the very end, you're going to have a big wide open space, but you still need to cover your binding strips. And so I didn't want to have a whole piece of paper, put these down, have another piece of paper on top of that, and that just added bulk to my middle. And I didn't want to do that. So you can absolutely matte first, or you can just do it color blocking where you're going to have a piece here and a piece there. So what I want to do, just because, you know, I'm having a day, I'm going to measure out how much space I want. 3/4 of an inch. Guys, I was almost spot on. Just slightly up. Okay, and then I'm going to take a pencil and I'm going to mark it. That was crazy. I guess my craft day is getting better. Alright, so you're going to start whatever color you want on top. Yes, I had to think about that. Where are all my bone folders and squeegee? I throw them all around my desk, and I don't know where they are. Alright, so again, I work from the bottom, or kind of crooked here. Oh no, I dropped it. Okay. That is why most people like to use tape, because dropping that wouldn't have been a big deal, but because I use score tape, that could have been a huge deal. Alright, now my next color, it's going to be green. Again, I'm going to just put that right next to my pink. I'm going to work upside down. Okay, so line those two up as nice as you can. And then my third color is going right here. Okay. Okay, and we're gonna get that in. Okay. And then you're gonna do the exact same thing right here on this side. So I'm just going to line mine up, and I am going to draw my pencil lines. I'm going to work upside down. And just start from this other side, line it up with your pencil marks. Before you press it all the way down, make sure it is actually lined up. Mine is. And continue on with your next two colors. Okay. So this one is, it is a simple folio. It has a wow factor. I did add magnets to mine, which of course, if you don't have pictures, it's going to be hard to add your magnets right now. So you can always, if you're giving this away for a gift, just tell them, add the magnet or whatever, or just don't add the magnet. Alright, so I put mine every other like this, and on the book I did before, I put the magnet here and here underneath the two pictures. Okay, mine is off for whatever reason, and I don't like that. So what I'm gonna do is take my bone folder. So you see how I moved the paper up and it's bumpy? Just reinforce that score line. Just manipulate the paper to where you want. So this is not going to be exactly a ½ inch, but you're going to cover that anyway. So same thing with this one. It's slightly off. Just force it to go where you want it to, so it's not completely off. Okay, so I'm doing, and you can do how I just did, or you can just put, you know, put all three down on each side and call it done. It's whatever you want to do. And then I will come back and add different color papers. I don't know if I'm going to use a paper collection or what. I don't know yet. All right, your final side. This side opens right top and bottom, and it has 2 cards inside. So these are my colors. I'm going to go with this. I'm going to audition my paper first to see if this is what I like, or if I want to do see. If I want to do samesies, or if I want to do, you know, I'm not doing samesies. That's what I'm going to do. Yep. Okay. So I'm going to put my right side down first. And I do want it to match up to these ones. Ooh, my papers are off. That's okay. Pencil mark. And pencil mark. It's just rough. It's a rough samesies. Not that anybody but me is going to care. I am having a slight tiny border because I love a border. You do not have to have any type of border. I just love a border. Okay. And then the bottom one, ooh, we're going to center that as best as we can. And I am having a little bit of a border. I mean, it's like a, ooh, it's like a sliver. This side I messed up. It's not straight. Okay. Now it is. I think I ripped my paper though, but that's okay. It's going to get covered up. Alright. Now my top one. And I'm going to... I'm going to make sure these two line up as best as I can get them to line up. And I'm going to get that side lined up and flip it around because I got to work upside down. I know it's a pain, but I can't get it straight if it's not upside down or sideways, which is weird. I know, it's absolutely weird. I can't help it. That has more of a border than what I wanted, but what else? We're not arguing. We're not arguing with this paper today. So, and for this one, I did add an extra flap to the bottom piece as a closure, but I don't know if I want that. So for now, I'm not going to add that. And I am going to go ahead and add these two inside pieces. And you're done. You are absolutely done. Yep. That's all it is. Okay, you're not absolutely done. You are done with the construction. I'm just gonna... Did I add it on top? Or did I do it like this? Let me see. Do I want an extra rainbow color? So you have choices here. See how I can have that extra blue? But nah, I'm going to add it on top. I'm going to have a little bit peeking out, but not that much. Okay. And then go through and erase your pencil marks if you so desire. If you're using a dark cardstock, you don't have to. I mean, here we go. Okay. So if you want exactly how my book was, I added a, I think it was 4x4, 4x4.5, and I scored it at 1/2 inch on the long side, and I attached it to this flap. You can attach it underneath this bottom flap if you want to. You don't have to have a closure. You can add your magnet here and have a closure. All of that is optional, okay? But see, we're done. And then you'll continue to mat until your heart is content. Before you mat your book, if you want to have your magnetic closure, remember to do your magnets before you put your paper down. And the other thing too is to pay attention to where your positive and your negative magnets are. I guess it don't matter, because it doesn't matter on here. This is the cover, so it's not going to matter. Where it matters, and I found this out the hard way, is right here. So I had a magnet here, and I had a magnet here to close. And what was happening was the right hand magnet kept getting stuck to the magnet here, and my book was like opening weird, or maybe it was getting stuck. No, it was getting stuck to the magnet here. So this page was like, the little flap was kind of ripping every time because it kept getting stuck to these magnets. And so I had to switch the magnets around so they repelled each other instead of attracted. So keep that in mind if you are going to do magnets. This one, I'm probably not going to do magnets because then I'm going to have to mat and hide and all of that. So it's just going to be an open little flap, and probably the same here. It's just going to be an open little flap. When you get your pictures on, the weight of the picture will hold it down. But in the original book, I needed to add the ticket to, I needed to add the ticket somewhere in the book, and that's why I used that as a closure. And then over here, I needed to add something else, and that's why I had closures. You don't have to have 1,000 magnets or closures or anything like that. As you can see, my paper was laying just flat. I just like the feel and the sound of the magnets, but do what you want with how many magnets you want. It's your book. So I'm going to continue to mat. Okay. This is my notes to myself. This is how I decorated this one. I did some color blocking on the back. I thought that was super cute. I was being creative. I'm going to go quickly because I know this video is already super long. look at just how beautiful this is with this paper collection. This is, I don't think I added anything. Oh, I forgot. I need to add in here. I got that one, but I got this one. Let me move over. So that's how I added the middle part of that one. But yeah, so super cute. This is Illustrated in Faith. Is the is the name of the company, and the paper collection is Seeds of Faith. Got it at Expo. It's really pretty. Here's the sticker sheet. So yeah, so that's how I decorated it. I just got to get that inside piece. I just put a little cut apart on there. Shiny paper, 2 gems. But I probably covered that too. I don't like that. But very beautiful, very easy to do. And as always, thanks for watching. Bye.